Hi YouTube, so I wanted to make this video about how I was diagnosed with schizophrenia recently. Over the past like 3.5 months. I've been going through a whole journey, a whole like awakening. It's been really tough, really hard. But yeah, they basically diagnosed me with schizophrenia and they had put me on medication twice, well like 3 times for schizophrenia and antipsychotic medication. So I forget what the first one was called, but they had me on that. And then once I started like withdrawing from it, because I decided to go cold turkey, I don't think it was the right antipsychotic medication. My delusions, everything, disorderly thinking, everything like came back. And then I had a psychotic break that led to me having to be sectioned and then put on medication again. It led to me being in the hospital. So I was like suffering from schizophrenia and I didn't even like realize it or really like notice that's like what was going on. I just thought like my thinking was normal, but I didn't understand reality versus fantasy, like what was what. Like I couldn't really make out like what was going on in my life. Like I would think constantly people were trying to harm me or I was like unsafe. And a lot of that thinking, how severe it was very like fantasy based is what I'm waking up and realizing it. But I think it's because I'm medicated now. So they had put me on finally when I got sectioned again and went to the psych ward. They put me on risperidone or rispidone, I don't know how you say it. And I was on that for a while, and then they just had me take 2 Invega shots. So it's like an antipsychotic for schizophrenia. So I'm feeling a lot better, but it's still very emotional, very tough. And the medication's making me sleepy a lot, so it's a lot that I went through, and I don't really know how to put it all in words yet, but I just decided I'm gonna like go on YouTube and just start talking about it more and more. Yeah. So a lot of people with schizophrenia like were misunderstood, like we tend to be loners, rejects, outcasts, I don't know. At least I know for me, that's like what I was pretty much my whole life. People didn't really accept me. I didn't really have support, so I feel like that contributed to me having and developing schizophrenia, is the fact that I really didn't have like that support, like that community support that I probably needed throughout my life that most people have. Most people receive the support when they're going through a tough time. I didn't receive support or much. There was like a lack of when I was going through things in life. So I feel like that contributed to me developing it. And yeah, basically it was really scary to go through something like that. And I didn't know if I was gonna live or if I was gonna die because like the episode was that severe. Like it just had me do random things, impulsive things sometimes that like didn't make sense to at the time looking back, but in the moment for me my brain said that it made sense. So like I could have literally lost my life just because I thought something was going on that was fantasy based. It wasn't rooted in reality, right? But I just don't think I like knew how to understand that. So like before I got on medication, I was constantly hearing voices and like just, I don't know, seeing visions and images, some of them harmful, and like I didn't really understand that like it wasn't normal, like what I was going through, that not everyone like experiences that. And then now that I've been on medication, it's definitely gotten a lot better. So yeah, the medication does work. It just makes me a bit restless and tired so far. But yeah, if anyone has any thoughts about schizophrenia or wants to like share anything, if you know anyone diagnosed with it, definitely like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to say. But basically, it just made me feel constantly unsafe. Like, even now, I still fight feelings of, like, feeling unsafe and stuff like that. And yeah, it's just been a really rough journey so far because not a lot of people understand it. I don't even fully understand the condition or, like, what it means for me. A lot of the time, it's just, like, delusions. And then, like, I think it's real and it's not. That's what was going on, and it was, like, a lot of them, so it was just, like, nonstop. But it's gotten a lot better. Hopefully it continues to, and I can get back to reality and living in society and finding things that I like to do. And I don't know, hopefully I get some support in my life, even though there's a really bad stigma on people with schizophrenia, so I'm not really sure what my life's gonna be like over the next few weeks, months, years even. I just hope I don't ever have like a psychotic break like that ever again, because it was really bad and it led to me being hospitalized for like a long time, or what felt like a long time. But yeah, it's just a lot of daydreams and visions for me that were like harmful that showed up in my life, or like thoughts, images. That's how I look at the schizophrenia diagnosis, from like how it showed up like in my world. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I feel like I'm kind of just like going in circles here. If you have any interesting information, reach out to me about it regarding schizophrenia or mental health in general. I'd be happy to hear about it, and I'd be happy to respond.